So from the beginning, I would say our relationship was extremely eventful and entertaining in a way, not in a good way necessarily, but it was definitely not a dull moment. And I just always felt like, like what's it gonna happen next? Is it gonna be, something really bad? Is this gonna stop? Just playing around to see how much I can take before I want to leave. I wasn't really sure what exactly their whole idea was, what they're planning on doing. And we have like such an amazing relationship because, I mean, as much as we don't have in common, we have so much more in common. We just do. And we have like a really tight bond. And it's been a mess. And it's been really difficult because we were dead set on not making a media spectacle of our relationship until we were 100% certain that this was something that we really were, like, felt secure enough that we were like, okay, so when it's, field day on our asses, I'm secure enough in my relationship that nothing they say is going to matter, and it's not going to stress me out to the point where, like, it's not going to just deteriorate everything that we have. And then also, like, the whole thing of like your life's gonna change completely. You're gonna be in a totally different position than what you were before. Whether it works out or not, 100%, that is all anybody's ever gonna know. You know what I mean? That's what you're gonna be known for. I mean, you may be known for other things, but there will never be a time when my name won't be attached to your name. And that's like a really big commitment to make. That's almost like committing your life to somebody. It's even, to be honest with you, it's a bond stronger than even marriage, because sometimes marriage doesn't even last. But the media connection will. So we've been pretty good about it, because I mean, we're kind of at the point where it's like moving forward. Like, I mean, obviously, we've talked about it. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna say that this isn't something that we haven't spoken about on occasion, but no solid plans or anything like that, anything formally done. But just that plan, like, I know I'll be with him like 20 years from now, and from everything that he's confided in me, I'm pretty sure that he feels the same. Really strange situation though, like I'm still kind of like not really sure, like I'm a little shaky on it from time to time, like standing back, like, is this really happening right now? Are we really in this relationship? Like, am I in this really fucking bizarre situation with you right now? Because none of it really makes any sense. If somebody would have said to me a few years ago, like, oh, this is going to be where you are right now, I would be like laughing at them and thinking that they're absolutely insane. And to think, like, it's really weird. I can't even explain it. And I don't even want to keep on going on about it because it's like, I sit there for hours, my friends are like, girlfriend, your life is so, like, I don't even know, it's like gold, because I don't even know what to say. It's something. So, okay, beyond that, with that whole situation with, like sexual abuse, going through it myself when I was younger, obviously, I didn't understand it. When I look back now, I mean, it is really weird because this person that I fell victim to, he was a very charming person. He was somebody that obviously my family felt comfortable having me in the presence of. And I came from a very fussy mother. So to say that they wouldn't trust him and let me go with him, that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah. And I thought he was a good person, but it's like when I was alone with him, it was like a totally different person. It was like a demon. And I think about these things. I was so young that I couldn't really comprehend what was happening to me at the time. I knew it was scary. I knew it hurt. I knew it was wrong. But I was too scared to say anything because obviously people in a power position and I'm not saying necessarily he was a powerful person in the world because he wasn't, but in the power position over a child can be as much as, you know, I'm going to scare you into making myself be superior to you and making you fear me so much that you literally aren't going to say anything that I'm doing to you that is so horrible because you're so afraid. And that was what happened. And then I had another situation a few years later with a totally different person. I mean, that's how insane it was. I almost like look back now and think like, what was it about me that made, you know, sexual abusers, pedophiles find me so appealing? Because for it to happen once, that's tragic. For it to happen twice, that's really kind of crazy. This person was a family member the second time around. And, you know, it's actually kind of torn my family apart over the years. Talking about it now. Like I'm not supposed to. I'm just supposed to sit in the corner and shut my pretty little mouth because that could ruin the family dynamic or something. And sometimes I'm so glad my mother passed. Sometimes I'm so glad she passed away because I think like first of all she passed away before I revealed these things, so that's always good because I think she probably would have had a coronary. Secondly, to see how some of the other people in the family now treat each other because of this, it's so sad, but it's the way it goes. Then for him to start realizing he was going through it, and I think still a part of him was like, am I just kind of like feeling so sympathetic to your situation that in my head I'm starting to think things are happening to me but didn't really. But then, the more he went through therapy, the more he started realizing, okay, this isn't just that. I'm starting to remember places, times, people, the whole thing. And he kind of closed off from me in that sense for a bit of like wanting to talk about it. He started to talk about it, and then he was just like, I don't want to talk so much about it anymore because I feel like it's going to taint something between us. Feel like a little ashamed of it, and I don't want you to feel ashamed of what happened to you. Please don't. Please don't feel like you can't talk to me about it. It's just the way I feel about my situation right now. And I totally got it. There were times I went through that too. So I got what he was saying and I respected that. So, we just went on with our lives the best way possible. We would discuss some things. I didn't push. He didn't reveal all the time. Well, we had this healthy balance. I understood he had issues that he was dealing with. Healthy, in a healthy outlet with the therapist who he trusted, who he believed was helping him. But there's still like factors of PTSD. Like as much as you can be working towards how to cope with that, there's always these triggers, and we don't always know what they are, where they come from, or what they're about. Sometimes, they come on for the first time, just like the smallest, simplest thing can cause an issue. And there were a few times that happened. And it was pretty scary because he was having PTSD issues from early childhood abuse, and then he was having PTSD issues from other situations that he had experienced in his life as an adult, completely different, that were like kind of traumatizing to him as they would be to anybody in those situations. And so, it was like, getting hit from both sides. I can't imagine that. But, I read up as much as I could on the other issues that didn't have to do with child abuse and how to deal with those triggers in a really healthy way because I just wanted to be good for him and know that he, could count on me and I would support him through anything that was going on in his life. And so we started couples counseling here and there. I mean, it wasn't like all the time, but like every once in a while, his therapist would be like, maybe if you want to talk about these issues or things that you might want her to know or whatever, she'd come in for a session or two. And there was a couple times I did, and we sat down and talked, and it was really great actually. We learned a lot about each other, and I think it brought us closer. And then we just kind of built from there. We didn't really have any issues in the bedroom from it, which is amazing to me because I had with every other guy. There's just certain things I didn't like or, certain behaviors that I would close down. I would like shut down if they were going on just because, there are triggers and they can make you, and obviously if you're, having a sensual moment with a man and all of a sudden he starts making you remember things from when you were a child and you were being abused, that's not really a happy time. That you're not having a very good time. So, like, there was just things that I just didn't really want to visit simply because I thought, wow, this might cause me to be kind of freaked out or trigger me into some weird episode that I don't really want to go to. So, and I never really felt fully comfortable. Like, there is always this weird feeling in my head that sex was completely built to service a man, like pleasure a man. Like that's what you're supposed to do as a woman to make them happy. So even if they're not making you feel good, it doesn't matter. It's not about you, it's about them. And so I'm gonna go do it because that's what, is gonna make my man happy. That is a really stupid way to be. And I don't know why I felt like that. I guess probably a lot of it had to do with, my background and other things, and then of course just society in general. But I just would be like, a lot of times I was like, wow, I'm not even really having any fun, but I'm literally involving myself in this act because I think I have to do it. It's my duty. And that's just really kind of sad. And then when we got together, we started sleeping together like as soon as, we were in each other's presence. I mean, given, we talked for a while, long distance when he was working and I was working and we were both in different areas. I mean, it's not like we didn't know each other and it was like a one night stand that turned into a relationship or anything. But, like, we started sleeping together quite quickly and we had a lot of sex. And, you know, he's, he's, he's European. So, those guys, I don't know how many people have really like, sampled the man platter of the world or anything. Not to say I have. I'm not trying to make myself sound like some whore or anything, but I have dated American men. I've dated a few Russian guys. I've dated a few guys. I've dated different guys. Dated a few guys from the UK. So okay, I get my thing going here. I understand there is a thing, and I hope this does not. I hope people don't hold it against me. But there is a complete difference with sleeping with a guy here in the United States opposed to sleeping with a guy that's European. I'm sorry. Like even the UK, because my husband's from the UK. There is a complete difference. I can't explain it to you, but if you've tried it out, you know what I'm talking about. They aren't as guarded. They're kind of dirty, man. I mean, not in a bad way. I'm not saying like in a bad way, like they're like, sexual deviance or anything, but they're more open to do the abnormal or whatever. Like, I mean, they'll try different things, and they talk dirtier, and it's a good time. I'm not saying it's a bad time, but I'm just saying it's different. There's just a difference in it. And yeah, so obviously I was sexually attracted to him from the beginning, and our personalities went together really well, and I was completely in love with him. But I just say setting that aside, just him in bed is like enough to be like, alright, yeah, I'm sold. You could be the biggest dick in the world. Would probably do it. And yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't disappoint. So, there were things that I did with him that I can say I've done with other people. And he seems to pride himself on that for some reason. But I never felt weird, like, and I have felt weird, like, and the other guys have asked me to do different things that I hadn't tried before, and I was like, no, 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 I don't feel comfortable, and I wouldn't do it. But he said it, and he would say it. He says these things, and it's like you believe it because he's so energetic about the things that he wants to do. And it's so, he says it in the sexiest way humanly possible, this guy. I mean, he's just, oh God. I could talk all day about him. It's sick. I know my friends are like, ugh. But, yeah. So I started opening up sexually with him, and he did with me. And no matter what we were going through at the time, like it's me and him both going through kind of the same thing, we didn't really shy away from it. Because, like, my one friend said, who's dated a couple girls who have been in my position as well, when we were talking one night, a few months ago, he said, it's funny to me because I've always found that girls who have gone through some type of sexual trauma in their life, they go one direction or the other. It's one extreme or the other. They either love sex and just can't get enough of it. Some reason, like, completely out there with it. Some of, like, in the porn industry, they just can't get enough of it. Or they're the complete opposite, and they're prudes, don't like it, sex is dirty to them. It's like, it's very rare when you get something in the middle. I was in the middle, really, to be honest with you. I was, I guess, his rare occurrence. But then when I got with my boyfriend, I went to the exact opposite of, like, being a total nymphomaniac. And it had nothing to do with my sexual abuse. It was just like, okay, I met a guy who kind of, he gets me. He knows what buttons he can push and what he can't. He knows what's sexy to me, what isn't. And I'm in love with him. And, like, everything he does is extremely appealing. And to be honest with you, he gets me off like 4 or 5 times every time we get together. So who wouldn't be down for that? And so, yeah. So we were doing a lot of stuff. Everything was really great. I wasn't sure at that point if people were recording us or not, but I mean, it was either like you're either gonna be okay with it or you're not, because I don't really know how to get it to stop, and like, am I never gonna sleep with them again, or am I just gonna have to be like, okay, there's like 15 people in our bedroom tonight, like, what am I supposed to do about that? And so, everything was good, and then this one night, he had told me, when I was talking to him on the phone, and he was on a job thing. He had to go do a trip. And anyways, he said that he was gonna be in town in a few days. He was gonna stay for a couple of days. And then he wanted me to go back home with him to London and hang with him for a few more days. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's cool, whatever. So we go back there after he visited here for a few days. And okay, he tells me that his friend's throwing this party, but it's not your average party. It's kind of like a little bit different. I didn't know what the hell that meant. I'm like, what is it, like a kegger or something? I mean, like, what are we doing? And, sorry, I light a cigarette. And anyways, he's like, no, it's just like, it's an invitation only party. It's very, exclusive. It's a little bit different because, people kind of, you know, they're doing things maybe a little bit different. He wasn't like coming out and really saying like what, and I'm like, okay, so, and I'm like, so none of my friends can come because I, some friends here in London, and he's like, no, really, it's for invitation. As every invitation, your name has to be on the list when you get to the door. If your name isn't on the list, you're turned away. You have to know the code. There's a code, and I'm like, okay, like this is really weird. Like what? So he's just like, yeah, I'll be fine. I don't know whether I want to take you to one of these because I don't know. He's just kind of like, I don't know. I think he was like feeling me out. I didn't know what he was talking about. I mean, I kind of like got like a weird feeling about it, but I wasn't like 100%. So I wasn't gonna be like, am I gonna say something really stupid and accuse you of taking me to a sex party, or am I just gonna kind of like wait and see what happens? So we get this party, just like in this like industrial building, by the way. And we get to the door, and there's these, two big guys there, and they've got masks on, and they're black masks, and they're like those kind of like Batman-ish type masks, except they didn't have like the ears and shit. But so at the door, and then they like had this basket inside the door, which had like all these masks, and so I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Like, is this like a costume party, or like what is this? Because you have to wear masks because nobody wants anybody to know like who anybody is here, because then people won't feel as comfortable to act, like they want to at these parties. And I'm like, okay, so like, what are they doing that they don't want people to see them? And then it's like in my head, I'm like thinking of that Tom Cruise Nicole Kidman movie, and I'm getting like really creeped out, and I'm like, oh my god, like is this like what is this, like some fucking secret society like of weird rich guys or like fucking hookers in here? And if so, why are you taking me to this? And he's like, no, 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 it's fine. I mean, yeah, it is that, but it's not hookers. Like everybody knows each other. And I'm like, you're taking me to a fucking sex party? And he's like, it's not like, I'm not gonna, he's like, we're not doing that, obviously. He's like, there's different levels to it. I'm like, levels? There's different levels? So I'm like, I'm kind of intrigued because I've never been invited to something this weird in my life. But then another part of me is like super scared because I saw that fucking movie and it didn't end well. And he like, so okay, so you in the first floor to this place. It was like transformed. Like they had an event planner come in and like redo like every floor and put in like the furnishings and the decor and everything. First was like this sexy, sleek floor, and it had a bartender there and this really cool bar with all these really great drinks there. And it had like a luge, and like it was like made of ice, and they would like make these drinks up this tube, and then it would go down through, and you would put your glass out, and it would literally like go through into your glass, and it was like ice cold. It was kind of fun. Everybody had masks on. Everybody's dressed. There were girls that also were dressed, but they were dressed sort of, provocatively. Dancing on a few tables and stuff, like sort of like burlesque. And everybody seemed to be having a good time, having drinks. It was just like a normal, like, Hollywood party, really, to be honest with you. It wasn't anything strange at all. Okay, so then you're sitting there and stuff, and there's like a couple girls that are coming around the room, and they're like, from what I thought, they were servers, but they're just like literally like giving you a card, and like once you're able to like go through the back door, like into these different floors with literally, I guess there were levels. And so he gives me a card, and he's like, we're not doing anything. I just want to let you know. I just want you to see what this is, because this is, this my friend's party. I told him I'd show up. I'm thinking, man, if this guy gets drunk and wants to start having a three-way, I'm gonna have to punch him in the throat and leave. And our relationship's gonna be over. Like, I'm not doing that. And I'm thinking, what are you doing? And he kind of looked a little freaked out. Like, maybe I just went too far. And he just kept on saying to me, like, it's okay, it's okay. So we go through the door finally, okay? And then there's the other floor, okay? You go up, and people are kind of like going at it. They're having sex all over the place. It's literally like that movie, like I said. There's lots of chicks, lots of guys. There's way more girls than guys though. And everybody's just kind of like banging each other. I mean, there were people talking, and there's like literally no joke, like men that were naked as as waiters that are basically passing like orders. Like I swear to God, like who takes food off the tray of a naked guy with a heart on? I'm just like, no, I'm not hungry, thank you. Um, I was just like, I need a lot of alcohol and no food because I am not touching food and putting it in my mouth. This whatever it is. So he's kind of laughing because he's like, haha, you know, her reaction is priceless. It's. I'm like, why are we at this thing? Do you want to fuck me in public? And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. No, you're my girlfriend. I'm not, no. And I'm like, have you done this before? And he's like, I mean, I've gone to these parties. I'm just thinking, man, I don't want to have this fight here in public. I don't want to fight in public. I'm like, let's do this. Let's get this over with. What are you going to show me next? See you upstairs, okay? Once again, people are having sex. Now, the sex on this floor is not so easygoing, but it's not extremely terrible. It's just like a lot of stuff that okay, let's say floor one was vanilla, okay? Floor two was a little bit above vanilla, right? I mean, people were doing things that that would sort of bother the church going person. Okay, I've seen it. I've done most of it with him, so I'm like, alright, I'm not red faced over it, but it's making me feel a little uncomfortable. And I'm not necessarily sure this is where I want to be right now. Third floor. That is sexual deviance to a level I don't even want to be at. I mean, it was all consensual adults. Okay, so don't take it as anything, because obviously if I saw some type of abuse or anything horrible going on, I would have been calling somebody for help. But I mean, it was just like very violent, not something I would enjoy or want to try, and it really made me uncomfortable. I mean, we were holding hands, standing there talking. I'm like, can't even carry on a conversation because I'm literally watching some guy across the room basically whip the shit out of this chick while he's, doing other stuff and not in the normal road. So I wanted to leave this floor, and I just kind of like had enough. I was like, all right, this is cool. Thanks for showing me. It's great. But can we like leave your friend's party? Like, cause it's not my scene. And he was like, yeah, I just wanted to stop by, and then we leave, right? We go to leave, and there's this girl, and she was like at one of the tables. She comes over and she starts talking like she knows him really well. And I'm like thinking, okay, yeah, alright, well, could be a friend, or maybe it's his friend's girlfriend. I don't know who she is. And he just kind of like had like a very short conversation with her, and she's like, "So are you staying and hanging out with me or what?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, no." And he's like, "No, no, 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 I'm not. I'm in a relationship, so I'm not doing that. I'm gonna leave, okay? Well, you know what that does to a girl, right? I'm raging inside. Like, I'm a very possessive, jealous person. Not to the point where it's questionable and you're ruining your relationship type jealous and possessive, but just like the average, maybe a tad above average. Or maybe, okay, like it's a lot above average, but it's not like horribly like I'm just like, where have you been all night? I'm not like that kind of girl. But I'm sitting in the car, I'm real quiet, he's knocking back scotch and he's just like looking at me. And I could tell this was like some type of behavior that was really strange to me because I'm like, you're flaunting that in my face. You didn't have to take me there. You even could have gone there without me. All you had to do was say, hey, I have this thing I have to be to tonight. And, that would have been the end of that. I never would have known. And he's just like staring at me. And it's really like really devilish way, right? He's like smiling and looking at me like, I don't know. I was just looking at him like, I really want to fuck you up, man. You made me feel like 10 different ways of angry right now, and I don't know how I feel about it. And he's like, so what do you want to say to me? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean what do I want to say to you? He's like, well, you're looking at me like you don't like me right now. And I'm like, I do like you, okay? But you're so bad. Like, I don't even know. Like, there's so many levels of bad that you are. You're such a good guy, but there's like these levels underneath that are so bad. And like any normal girl, yeah, you're attracted to the bad boy, but then there's a part of you that just wants to smack the shit out of him. You know what I mean? And I just like looking at him like you're a really arrogant person when you want to be. And he's like, I didn't do anything. And I'm like, yeah, tonight. And he's like, yeah, tonight, obviously, you were with me. And I just started in. Because I mean, what girl's not going to start in? I'm like, so how many times have you been to these parties? And he's like, a handful. Okay. How many times have you, like, had sex with girls at this party? And he's like, a handful. So, okay, you're being honest, alright? I'm like, you doing weird stuff? And he's like, no. And I'm like this, like, are you into group sex? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, so what are you into? And he's like, I just have the average everyday thing. Yeah, I mean, he's like, yeah, baby, I go to these parties every once in a while. My friends throwing them. They're like exclusive parties. They're not open to the public. And they're just people that I know. I'm like, so all you rich people get together, right? Okay, I don't know how often. And you put on masks and go around fucking each other. Is that what you're telling me right now? And he's like, yep, pretty much. And I'm like, do you know how weird that sounds, though, baby? I get like the whole hedonistic like vacations and swingers and stuff like that. But do you like think like maybe there's something like extremely wrong with this scenario? Like, how weird is that? He's like, why is that weird? It just, it is. It is. It's like, what if all of me and my friends got together and had this little sex club? And he's like, well, then that would be what you wanted to do. At least I know who the people are. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So what, you think that it's like better to go around fucking strangers? And he's like, well, I mean, they are in a way because I'm not 100% who. And I'm just like, stop talking. Just stop talking. I'm like, do you still want to do this? Is that why you took me to this? Is this like your thing? Like you're not happy with whatever we have going on, so you're trying to introduce me to weird stuff so you can have some kind of variety. You're like one of those kind of guys. And he's like, no, I'm absolutely happy in our relationship. There's nothing I want to do with anybody else. And if I did, I would let you know, and you know that because I've told you all the things I've done. I haven't told you about this, but I've told you now. I never lied. I've always been truthful, but I wanted to take you to the party. I wanted to see how you would react to it. No, in a way, don't you think it's kind of strange? Why do you want to see how I'm going to react to a group of rich people fucking each other in a big fucking industrial building in all different ways? So, I mean, it just kind of made me, and it, to this day, it still bothers me. Cause I'm still like, why did you do that? I mean, because he wasn't into it. There was even a night when I wanted to test him on it. Now, I don't know whether he knew I was testing him on it, but I was like, I've had, like, experiences with girls before. He knows that. And there was like a night I was like, okay, my girlfriend and me were like, yeah, we're gonna mess with him. Like, we're just gonna start making out in front of him and then be like, why don't we go upstairs? Because we were at an event. We're upstairs, with hotel rooms. And so we started like going at it like in front of him. And he's sitting there looking at us. Like, first of all, his like eyes were huge. Just like, whoa, what is happening here right now? We'd had a few drinks, so we were a little tipsy. But he was just kind of staring at us like, wow, you guys are going at it. And then I said that, like just see, we are never gonna do it, but I wanted to see what he'd say. And he was like, and then he kind of like whispered to me like, no, I'm not gonna do that because we're in a serious relationship and stuff like that kills a serious relationship. I've tried it before, and I'm not gonna do that tonight. So no, I'm not interested. But if you want to go upstairs with me, then we'll go upstairs. And I was like, oh, see, he does have my heart. I love this guy. There's like these little devil pieces to him. And I wanted to understand it. Like, I just wanted to understand, like, what are you trying to tell me and what is going on, with your life that, like, you're going through all these things and then finally you abuse a child to, like, forego fuck with strangers with masks on. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how weird is that? Like, you literally, I mean, obviously there weren't people, like, around with cloaks on, banging things on the ground and, like, having um ceremonies. At least not while we were there for like the 45 minutes we were there. But I mean, like some of these things is like I almost wonder like these different things that are really strange, like in movies like Eyes Wide Shut or that movie that I was talking about. Like, are they really like pulling this stuff from like real life? So yeah, it was really strange. And then when we were in the Hamptons, I went to Hamptons and we rented a property, and then we stayed at the PlayStation house. And there was another thing, and it was so weird. It was like this party at this estate, and it was. I mean, people weren't having sex at this party, but it was like this weird club of really fucking rich people that acted like at any moment they could just start raping the chick. And he knew like a lot of people there. He is the sweetest, most gentle lover. Like, I mean, yeah, he can be a naughty and he can do some crazy stuff, but it's usually when I ask him to. And he does, switch it up every once in a while. I could be brushing my teeth at the sink in the morning. He'd come up from behind me and like pull my pants down and start, wanting to go at it and stuff. So he can be pretty, raunchy too. But he's a gentle, gentle person. I'm just thinking like these people around you, and you find this all extremely normal. It's so weird. And it just kind of built and built from there to this point where I really didn't know what was happening. So then, anyways, when we were up in the Hamptons and this whole thingamajig went down, where I went to this weird party where it seemed like it was like a club of rich, freaky people. I went home that night. I just felt weird about the party, and I was really drunk, and we'd smoked some pot, and I felt really strange from the combination that night for some reason. And we go back. I started getting like super emotional, super paranoid, and we had an argument. A pretty big argument. I mean, there was stuff broken in the kitchen, yelling and screaming going on. And he left. He's like, I'm going out. I'm going out. And I'm like, where are you going? We just came home. He's like, I'm going to go hang out with my friends for a little bit, have a few drinks, blow off some steam, and kind of calm down because I don't want to say something that's going to upset you anymore. I don't want you to be mad at me, and I don't like to fight. You know I don't like to fight. And I'm like, fine, whatever. And he left. I was there by myself. I was talking to my friend on the phone who I called, and I was on the phone with him for like about an hour. And then I don't remember anything after that. Absolutely do not remember anything after that. He said all of a sudden the phone made this weird click, 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 click noise, and then everything went dead. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't remember anything after that. It was just like that night, when we were watching the documentary. And I I woke up. I was sitting in a chair in the dining room of this estate that we were renting for the weekend. And there was two men, one sitting next to me, like in a seat next to me, like to the side, and then one sitting down at the end of the table, and they were just like talking to me. And then all of a sudden, like I was really dazed, and I'm like looking and I'm like, who the fuck, what the fuck, how the fuck is this happening? Like, who are you? And I got really, antsy, and I like jumped up and I started freaking out, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I don't even, like, what are you doing here? Who are you? And they were just like, calm down and sit down, calm down and sit down. We're not done, we're not done. And I'm like, what are they talking about? And then all of a sudden, like, I heard the door slam. He came in the door, and he all of a sudden, like, he comes in the door, and he stands, like, in the doorway between the kitchen and the dining room. And all of a sudden, his face just turned super white. Like, he just walked into something and really screwed up. He just stood there for a second. He started looking at both the guys and then at me. And then he said, come here, baby. And he, like, put his arm out and he was, like, making a motion. Like, come to me. Stick it up right now. Come here. And, like, of course I did what he said. I walked to him. He grabbed me by my arm and he swung me behind him. And he said, I want you to go upstairs for a few minutes. Okay? And I did, and I kept on saying, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, just go upstairs, everything's fine, I just need to talk to them for a couple of minutes. And I'm like, who are these guys? And he's like, they're part of the security, so. But they weren't, because I never met them before, and I knew everybody on a first name basis. And I'm like, who are these people? And why don't I remember anything from the time that I got off the phone with my friend? So, like, now I'm sitting in the dining room. I was upstairs sitting on the floor in the closet going through some stuff in my bag. And all of a sudden, I'm, like, downstairs in my robe and pajama pants, and I'm sitting on a chair in the dining room, and two men are telling me to sit down and calm down. They're not done. They're not done. Not done with what? I don't know. I'm still completely clothed, so I guess that's a plus. But yeah, he was just so, like, he walked in the door. You could tell he'd had a couple drinks, but the moment he stepped in that room and saw me sitting there with his guys, he sobered the fuck up. And he was just, like, intent on me walking over to him really quick, getting behind him, and then going upstairs. And then I heard a bunch of yelling and screaming. And then the door slammed. I got scared because I didn't know who these guys were. I walked down the stairs, and they're like halfway down the stairs, and he was coming up the stairs, and he's like, alright, they're gone now. They're gone, it's alright. And I'm like, what is going on? And he's like, everything's alright, okay? He's like, why don't we go to the bath together and we'll talk for a little bit. And then I'll pick up because I really need to go pee right now.